Yeah, so let's just focus on Russia and China. If the regime changes in Iran, the drone production for Russia disappears. That has an enormous impact on the Ukraine war. This may be a piece of a puzzle for Trump to get to peace in Ukraine, and it may force the Russians' hand. That's one. Two, the source of cheap oil. Remember, with sanctioned oil, the Chinese are able to buy Iranian oil at below market price. We've now seen in the last month a brand new relationship with India. The Trump administration has taken the eye out of BRICS, with India being the eye, and the Indian Navy is boarding and in some cases sinking the shadow fleet of Russian and Iranian oil tankers. That will increase and be increasingly coordinated. The ability of the regime to fuel China will go down, and then with the change of regime, it will cease to exist. What does this mean? This means that China will not have the oil and gas that it needs from Iran to cross the Taiwan Strait or to do other things. And its economy will almost certainly slow down. So its ability to menace its neighbors will slow down. So for those China hawks at the Pentagon and elsewhere in the administration, they see that undermining Iran is key to weakening China. If you look at what Rubio, the Secretary of State, has been doing in South America, not just in Venezuela, but the ongoing negotiations with the president of Colombia, who will, in the next few months, almost certainly step down. His wife has fled to Sweden and is seeking asylum in that country. You will start to see changes in Nicaragua and in Cuba and eventually Mexico. That also pushes China and Russia out of the Western Hemisphere. Maybe they can hold a toehold in Bolivia and in Brazil, but even those are fragmentary, right? So if you look at it on the world, if you spread out the world map and you see what they're doing, Iran is the latest move in a continuing of chess moves to fundamentally weaken Russia and China and eventually to turn them against each other. This is a level of almost Nixonian, Kissingerian complexity being done by 8 people, one of whom is Trump, who only talk to themselves. And that includes Rubio, Hegseth, and so on. That's the so-called Gang of 8, Susie Weiss, and so on. But this is a very complicated chess move. Critics tend to look at these things as isolated episodes and then try to make historical parallels. Oh, this will be another Stalingrad, this will be another Iraq, there'll be another Afghanistan, and so on. They simply they have not spread out the world map and put pins on the map to see all of the different moves being made, to see the pattern that is obvious only at the highest level. This is a fundamental recalibration of global geopolitics against Russia and China. Iran is just a piece of it.